Hi, Dale LaBracta, your favorite balloon entertainer here, talking about unicorn heads. Yes, we're talking about using heart balloons in different shapes. We're talking about the basic unicorn, how it's changed over the years, and actually using Link-O-Loon or quick links to make your unicorn heads. So stay tuned and figure out how to make unicorns. Hi, Dale LaBracta, the magical balloon dude, your favorite balloon entertainer here. And I'm going to be talking about unicorn heads. I'm not going to be talking about the body because the body is basically the basic dog, which people have been doing for years. What I'm going to be talking about today is the different head styles. And actually, this is probably one of the first head styles that came out. It's the simple one balloon unicorn, horse, whatever you want to call it. That's what it's transformed into. It's a very simple balloon. You start off with a couple pinch twists. You go to a bubble, pinch twist, the neck, pinch twist to stabilize it, legs. If you're a balloon entertainer, this balloon has been around for decades. It's all over the place. It's your basic little doggy, excuse me, your basic little horse or your unicorn, depending on what you want to do. I showed in a video how to make this quick unicorn head. It's nothing more than inflating one balloon, using the tip, coming down with a bunch of beads, coming back up and looping it back in. That's the basic. Then we got a little more complicated. And the first time I saw this head was actually done by Bonnie Davis in the old MBD2 forum. And this is a variation. It's a much more complicated, but based on the same design. It's two pinch twists, a bubble, a pinch twist. And then you got this roll through of 3 balloons, pinch twists, and again, it loop around. And this became a standard unicorn for a while. A lot of people would like to put a balloon around this. They could transform it into a horse. Any of these you could really transform into a horse afterwards. But this was the other head style. The more popular head style over the last couple of years has been the heart balloon. The heart balloon is actually, it's hard to tell, but this is one lobe of the heart. This is the base of the heart, and that's another lobe. I'll show you that one real quick. And this is probably one of the most popular heads out there. There's a couple variations that I have done over the years. This is actually using a heart balloon. Again, you don't need to have big ears. Again, they're unicorns, they're horses. They don't have big ears. Another quick way, I'll show you how to do that one. And if you have the Link-O-Loon, which I use all the time, or the Quick Link, this is another version. Again, I will show you this. It's not that difficult. So we'll start off with probably the most popular one, and it's the easiest to make. I'm going to start off with, I have a Patellatex. You could use almost any heart. If you want to use Q, you can too. Patellatex for me is a little easier because it's got a longer neck. Going to inflate, tie off. Now, here comes the big trick. You're going to push the balloon and distort the heart. So what's going to happen is you're going to have a big part here, soft part here. The reason we do that is because we're going to actually create this into a bubble. And what we're going to do is push this part back. And as we squeeze, we're going to release a little and then come back. So we're going to get a funny shape. And all we have to do is push that back in. Now we're going to have to hang on. A trick that I learned decades ago from an old-time balloon entertainer who was doing it years before me. Lock it in between these little fingers right here. It's hard for it to get out. If you want to lock it in to another spot, there. These fingers are easy. I like to lock it in between my little pinky, and that's locked in. I'm going to inflate a 260, and to do this, I'm going to create the ears, which are nothing more than 2 big fold twists. And I'm going to take that and twist it in and break it off. Those are actually the ears. Now this part I can, if I want to, try using it for the body. Be honest with you, you probably are not going to have enough. So what I prefer to do in this example, I'm just going to show you how to attach this. Take the end, twist it in. Now this is the basic shape of your head, and quickly inflate a 260. Now typically it doesn't matter, you can start at the top, you can start at the bottom. I have a tendency to start either way, whichever way I'm going. Series of bubbles, I usually make 3. Wrap it around. Oop, that popped out. We'll just wrap it back in there. Now, just a technique I like. You don't need to do this. It's just the front here. It just brings a little more color. It makes the horn stick up a little more. So what I do is I just bend it down, do a little bubble, and it's another full twist. And I come back, bring the balloon through, and then I do a series of bubbles again. Break off, remove. I'll leave it up to you to put the horn in, but I'm just going to turn the bubbles around. And that is your quick unicorn head. Not very difficult to do, fairly easy. The next one is the heart. And again, I'm going to use it's just easier for you to use Battletex for this, because you're going to need that longer nozzle. Again, I inflate, still leaving a good part of the balloon inflated, about 2 fingers worth if you want to use 2 fingers. Tie it off near the tip. And this technique, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I kind of push the air and grab. The reason I'm doing that is if I just grab this one, and you'll see an example here, all the air runs out. So what I try to do is push this up against my body. Let me back up here. Push this against my body. Twist. Now that I have these 2 little lobes, see how I'm holding them? I will just take and spin them. Yeah, that was a quick little advanced move. Let me show you again here if I can. I have it in my fingers. It's near the tips. See if I can show this on camera. Spin. Actually, trying to show you how to do this. Just grab and spin those around. It's going to take a little practice. Again, I push the air back into the balloon. I did not make this knot really tight, so in case I need to pull it to get a little more room, I can. Make a bubble. I'm going to take my nozzle, bring that down, twist in, so it creates a pinch twist or an air twist, depending on what you want to call it. Then I fold that in half again. Now, there's a couple different ways you could do this. You could have your head in this shape, where the mouth is opposite these, and then you notice you still have this kind of heart shape, which gives a unique look for the head. Or if you want to twist it, you could twist it and have your head look this way. So it depends. Do you want your head this way or that way? In this example, I'm going to do it this way. In the other example, I have it the other way. It gives it a longer snout or a longer forehead. This one has a narrower forehead, and you can see that you get 2 different looks for the horse. Or, excuse me, for the unicorn. Now, in this example, I'm going to inflate, and I already have the ears here, so all I do is I wrap this in. You notice I gave the neck a little bend there when I did that. There's a reason why I do that, and I'll show you in a second. I'm going to make the mane. Again, a little fold twist. And when I do this, I fold, I kind of push a little, I bend it. And I do a little pinch and pull. It softens up the balloon just a little so I could then bend it and give it that little upward twist. It also makes this a little thinner in this area, a little thicker on that area in the front. We'll go through the front, wrap it around. Now, this is where that bend comes into play. I put that little bend in there. I want to make this balloon, the main, longer than this one, so it pushes that head down. Spin them around. Come back again. And I'm going to break it off. Discard. And then just give it some stability for this example here. I'm going to put a bubble in. And you see, this could turn into a cool horse, or in this case, a unicorn, where we're going to put the horn right in there. So let me get a 160. And all I'm going to do is use a piece of a 160, break it off, tie it, and then just take it and twist it in. You see, I have a quick unicorn head again. A little more advanced. If I was doing a bigger sculpture, this gives me a bigger head. It makes it a little easier to transform. It gives the balloon a different look and a unique shape. So another reason I like it. Plus, I am also big on, if I want to wow a crowd, I may be doing these all day, and then when I pop this out, it looks bigger. It's a little more prestigious. Again, it's just a different wow factor. It's something people haven't seen. And the last one is using a Link-O-Loon. Good old Link-O-Loon balloons here. And to do this, give a puff of air, then you're going to squeeze. I like to give it a little twist here. It keeps the air from seeping out. Don't tie it. You're going to push forward, and you're just going to try getting a little air in there. These are going to be the ears. See how I have that little knot right there? Take that. I'm actually going to put and tie a knot. So if you can see this, I have a knot right there. What I'm going to do is just push it a little, then take it and spin it and break it, which I wasn't expecting to do, but that does happen because we're doing stuff with balloons that should not do this. For doing this simple head, you saw me do that. You may go through good 5 to 7 hearts before you get comfortable doing this extra little bump. Doing this looks real easy until you break the balloon a whole bunch of times, because really heart balloons are not designed to be twists there. Same thing with the Link-O-Loons. These are really designed for tie-off spots. They're not really designed to have air pushed into them. Even though they are a balloon. Oh, yeah, a little air. Mouth inflating is always a good skill to have. So I'm going to take this right here and whoop, tie my knot again. It's also good for practicing your knot skills. So what I do is I squeeze it to give it that U shape. Now, what I'm going to do is take it and I give it a little spin. So I'm splitting the balloon in half. This is the actual ears. Now, inflate. And I still have some balloon left over. What I'm going to do is tie a loose knot so I can pull it tighter. Squeeze the air, and it actually gives me a long face. Now, you can do 2 things here. If you're not comfortable pinching a balloon and putting a twist in, what you can do is simply take and add extra lips to it by doing pinch twists. These lips, break that off, than actually adding them in if you like. In my case, I'm comfortable with squeezing the balloon, pinching it, grabbing it, pulling that nozzle, and then splitting that balloon in half. Yeah, this is a lot to do with a Link-O-Loon. What I'm using is the full Link-O-Loon balloon here. This is actually the... Grab another Link-O-Loon balloon here. This is transformed into this. This becomes the ears. This becomes the head right here. And then we have the lips, which are right there. So that's actually using a Link-O-Loon. Now for that, I'm just going to take another white balloon for the body. Spin this in. There's the head. Again, if you want to do a really cool horse, you could do a horse. You could put a mane right on here. Show you a quick example. Woo! Hit a tougher. Hit a metallic. There we go. Now, if I was going to do a mane, or excuse me, a bridle, I'd probably take a 160. That would work better. Hello. Woo! My workout for today. Now you can do this a couple different ways. You could take it and pinch this off and come back. Now you got a horse's head. Very simple, very easy to do. But in this case, we're doing a unicorn. I mean, unicorn and horses are interchangeable. If you haven't realized that yet, hello, they are. So with this, I'm just going to pull out a pink. And in this case, I'm going to put my fluff here, which is on the front part. Full twist. Squeeze it a little. I like to give it a little flip up. All I do is I pinch and squeeze. It gives it a little U shape. Take that. Bring it in. Around. Now in this case, this example, what I'm going to do, again, I'm going to do the long mane. When I have the bigger heads, I like the longer mane. Whoa! That was interesting. Let me remove this real quick here. Don't look! Don't look! Right. Yeah, go ahead, you go ahead. You didn't see that here either, did my dentist. Alright, what I'm going to do is take this part again. Just wrap it in here. Go farther down, back up. Oh, this works out perfect. Stability, just for this example here, I'm going to put that twist in. Now, at this moment, I could quit and say I have a horse, but I want to do, or a pony, depending on which way you want to go. Again, perfect example. This may be your unicorns, this may be your pony. Two different looks. Simple, easy to do. Take my leftover 160 here. Twist that in. Straighten her out here. These again are the ears. These are the head. And there it is. There's a unicorn head. As you can tell, there are different ways of doing unicorn heads. Nobody says there is a right way or a wrong way. It's just whatever you start making. You may find that if you're line twisting and you start out, this may turn out to be really simple. And the other one, which jumped off my desk here. Where'd it go? There it is. You may find that you start off doing these, and next thing you know, an hour later, you're cranking out these due to the fact that they're just quicker and easier. Line twisting, this is probably the most common. This is probably the second most common. This gets a little more fancy. When we start getting into the decor end, that's when you're going to start finding things that appear like this because you need the bigger heads. You can use the Link-O-Loon 12-inch or the Qualitex Quick Links 12-inch to do the same thing, or 11-inch, whichever they have. I know Link-O-Loon's 12. I think Qualitex is only 11. Not sure about that. You can do the same thing that gives you the bigger head. Then you're going to be using 260s for the body. I didn't go into much here about decorating. I mean, there's feet that you can put. You can change color tails. These are unicorns. You can really make them almost any way you like. But again, heart. Another way of using a heart. And Link-O-Loon. So I hope you enjoyed this video. My name is Dale LaBracta. Again, if I went too fast, this is the great part about video. Hit rewind, watch it again. It's not that difficult. It's just playing with balloons. If you're an intermediate to an advanced, you're going to find that this video is real quick and easy. If you're a beginner, yeah, it's going to take some time. I've been doing this 33 going on 34 years. It's really easy for me to do this stuff. For you folks, it may be a little more difficult, but keep practicing, keep trying. My name's Dale, the Magical Balloon Dude. Do me a favor, like, share, do all that fun stuff you do, and always have a great day. Bye-bye. Do me a favor, subscribe to this channel right now. Better yet, find the bell, click on the bell, and be notified with all the new videos. Or if you're an Instagram junkie, make sure you follow me on Instagram.